Hey everyone, and welcome! Today we're diving into a really fascinating topic where nature and neuroscience meet. We're going to break down some of the claims around the lion's mane mushroom and its potential role in supporting individuals with autism spectrum disorder. All of this is based on info from the channel Nature's Rise. So, let's get right into it.
So, first things first, what exactly is autism spectrum disorder, or ASD? The source we're looking at describes it as a complex neurodevelopmental condition, one that really shapes how a person sees and interacts with the world. And because of this difference in brain development, there's always this ongoing search for supportive therapies, looking for things that go beyond just the conventional treatments.
And this constant search leads to a pretty compelling question, right? What if nature itself could offer some of these complementary approaches? That question is exactly what brings our focus to a particular fungus that, it's been used for centuries, but it's now getting a fresh and very serious look from modern science.
And this is it, the lion's mane mushroom. Now, while some cultures have called it a superfood for ages, it's the recent scientific buzz around its potential neurological benefits that's really making waves. And at the heart of so many of these claims is one incredible biological process.
That process is called neurogenesis. It's a fancy word, but it's simple enough. It's just how our brains create new nerve cells. Now, the huge claim here is that lion's mane might actually help stimulate this process. When you're talking about a neurodevelopmental condition, the idea of encouraging new neuron growth is, well, it's profoundly significant. And it's the key to the very first potential benefit we're going to explore.
So let's kick things off with benefit number one, this idea that lion's mane has some powerful neuroprotective effects. You can almost think of it as a kind of shield for our green cells.
So how does it supposedly do this? Well, the source points to 4 key actions. It's suggested to reduce inflammation and fight what's called oxidative stress, which is basically damage at the cellular level. And what's interesting is the source notes that both of these are pretty common in individuals with autism. On top of that, it might stimulate nerve cell growth and even improve cognitive functions like focus and memory.
And this right here really captures the potential endgame. The claim is that by combining all these protective and stimulating effects, lion's mane may help clear up what the source describes as autism-induced brain fog, which could ultimately lead to better cognitive performance.
Okay, so let's shift gears a bit from the purely cognitive stuff to emotional well-being. Benefit number 2 is all about lion's mane's potential role in easing anxiety.
To really get why this is so important, just look at this number, 20%. According to a 2019 study that our source mentioned, that's the estimated percentage of individuals with autism who also struggle with anxiety. But what's really causing it?
This quote from the source really gets to the heart of it. The anxiety isn't just abstract. It's tied to the day-to-day challenges of social interactions and just navigating everyday life. So finding ways to support people through that is, of course, crucial.
And this is where the claim comes in. The source points to research that suggests lion's mane could be a helpful, complementary therapy, maybe helping to ease these exact symptoms of anxiety and even mild depression.
All right, now we're going to broaden our view a little bit. We're going to look beyond just the brain and see how the body's systems are all connected. The next 2 potential benefits are all about improving sleep quality and supporting gut health.
So the source points out that sleep disorders can be a common challenge for those with autism. Lion's mane is proposed to help out by improving restful sleep, regulating the body's internal clock, the circadian rhythm, and lowering that same anxiety that can so often keep people up at night.
Now, let's talk about the gut. This chart shows a really powerful statistic from the CDC that was cited in the source material. It estimates that individuals with autism are roughly 4 times more likely to experience digestive problems than the neurotypical peers. So what's the supposed link to lion's mane? Well, the key here seems to be in these compounds called polysaccharides. You can just think of them as long chains of carbohydrate molecules inside the mushroom. The suggestion is that these can help improve the physical structure of the intestine and even stimulate antibodies, which could lead to better overall gut health and a stronger immune response.
And now let's get to our 5th and final potential benefit. And honestly, this one's a bit of a surprise. It's all about vitamin D, which some studies have suggested might help alleviate certain autism symptoms in children.
So you might be asking, how in the world does a mushroom become a source of vitamin D? It's actually a fascinating 2-step process. First, the mushroom naturally has this plant sterol in it called ergosterol. Then, and this is the cool part, when the mushroom is exposed to sunlight or UV light, that ergosterol actually converts into vitamin D2. And just like that, the mushroom becomes an excellent dietary source. Okay, so we've covered the 5 potential benefits. But before we wrap this up, we need to go over some incredibly important considerations from the source material. Please pay close attention to this final section. This part is vital.
So please, listen very carefully to these next couple of points.
Let's be absolutely crystal clear on this, and I'm quoting directly from the source here. Lion's Mane supplements are not meant to replace your regular ASD medications. It's positioned as a potential supplement, okay? Not a replacement. That's a huge distinction.
And equally important is this second direct quote. It is vital to consult a health professional before incorporating any supplement into your diet. A professional is the only one who can help you weigh the potential benefits against any side effects for your own specific situation. This is not something to guess on.
So, to do a quick recap of the 5 key areas we explored from the source today, we've got claims that lion's mane might enhance cognitive function, help combat anxiety, improve gut health, support restful sleep, and even supply a good source of vitamin D. And all of this leaves us with a final, much bigger thought to take away. This whole discussion really opens up a broader question. Beyond just this one mushroom, what role could nutrition and other natural compounds play in the future of supporting neurodevelopment? It's a fascinating field to keep an eye on. Thanks for digging into this with me.